Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word. But this I say, he who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. So let each one give as he purposes in his heart, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 6 through 8. By the time he was 30, 3 worlds lay open to Albert Schweitzer for the conquering. And it was then that he embarked upon a course of 6 years of medical training, which was to be the prelude to his life's work in his hospital in Lambarene. By that time he was a doctor of philosophy, and a brilliant academic career was his for the taking. By that time he had studied the organ under Charles Marie Widor in Paris, and, young as he was the foremost authority on the music of Bach. By that time he was a doctor of theology, and he was already principal of the theological college at Strasbourg, with an attractive residence, a good stipend, and the prospect of an honorable and brilliant career as a theological teacher and thinker. It was then that he took the road that ended in Lambarene. It was not a sudden decision. It was a decision that went back to a summer morning full of happiness and beauty at Gunsbach 9 years before. On that morning, as Schweitzer tells, there came to me as I awoke the thought that I must not accept this happiness as a matter of course, but must give something in return for it. Certain things stand out in the life of Schweitzer. One is this: Schweitzer had a sense of responsibility. He did not think, "What do the world and life owe me?" He thought, "What do I owe the world and life?" We are living today in an age which demands its privileges, which, in fact, takes its privileges as rights. People today think a great deal about what the world, the country, the state, and life itself owe them. Life owes them, as they see it, an education for nothing when they are young, a job when they are older, housing better than that for which they are willing to pay, help to bring up their children, care and attention when they are ill or old or out of work. Make no mistake, these are the things which the state does owe its citizens, and these are the things which life should bring to every person. But what of the reverse process? The debt cannot be all on the one side. We cannot go on taking and taking out of the common store without putting anything back into it. It is time we thought of what we owe life as well as what life owes us. What about you today? Do you find yourself sometimes experiencing life with the attitude that the world owes you something? Do you find yourself sometimes slipping into feelings of entitlement? What are you giving back to the world today? What are you willing to do to give something to the world around you? Why not pause for a moment right now and thank God for the many blessings you possess in this life? Then ask Him to guide you in ways that you might use these blessings to make the world a better place in which to live. This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. I hope to see you there. Have a blessed day.
When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and time shall be no more, and the morning breaks eternal, bright and fair. When the saved of earth shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, I'll